Hey everybody, it's Tim again, and if you've watched my channel with any regularity, you might have guessed that I'm a big fan of The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yes, it is my all-time favorite Universal Studios movie monster. I love the design. They're all my favorite, really. I love Bela Lugosi's Dracula, Boris Karloff's Frankenstein's monster. I love Lon Chaney Jr.'s The Wolfman. The Bride of Frankenstein, Elsa Lanchester. I mean, I love them all. Boris Karloff's The Mummy as well. They're iconic figures in pop culture history. But I don't know, man. Anytime I see The Creature from the Black Lagoon, it's like I gotta get it, you know? And I guess maybe I feel spoiled in the last couple of years because they're finally coming out with more stuff. You get them from a variety of different companies. You obviously get them from Super7. You get them from NECA. Over here, the glow-in-the-dark one. You get Mego. Diamond Select is behind this card. We got more NECA here, more Mego. Funko did a little figure deal down there. I forget what they're called, Mini Monsters or whatever. Also, you do get some more Super7 stuff, both in black and white and in color. Now, when I saw the solicitation for this new product, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, it's like, I need to get this. I also put it on my Christmas list, and yes, two of my children did indeed purchase this for me, so I am very grateful to them. It's called Super Cyborg. It's just really interesting. It's not a cyborg, you know. This isn't like the Terminator. It's not part metal, and there we go. I'm going to take this out of the way. It's not part metal or anything like that. It's basically, you know, the anatomy of a human, you know, that model where you see the insides of a human. This is just a humanoid. This is what happens when you remove the skin, I guess, from this amphibian slash humanoid, and this is what it looks like. Now, I was a little surprised unwrapping this because all of the pictures I've seen so far, you've had the creature's face on here. Instead, you get underneath, you get the skeletal look, and you get to look at the lungs and all the insides of the creature here, as well as we've seen this before, the creature's hand, the skeletal look, but we get some muscle action here too. So other than that, I mean, 7 points of articulation, it says. The packaging is awesome. I mean, it is just totally The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Obviously, this is sanctioned by Universal Studios. On the back, great illustration. Unlike most creature stuff I've collected, now I do have the Sideshow collectible 12-inch version, but this is an 11-inch figure, which is pretty unusual these days. Sideshow, again, of course, did it again a long time ago, and I do believe Hasbro did it too. But most of the time now you get the 7-inch variety or the 6-inch over here, like with the Mego stuff. So yeah, it's so cool looking, and I was fascinated when I kept staring at this box yesterday when I opened it for Christmas. And 1954, I got to point that out, that's the year of release. Tells you what we get here. Okay, so I can't wait to unbox this for you and give you a closer look at The Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Super7 11-inch version, their Super Cyborg X-ray action figure. Okay, I'm back with my review of the Super7 Super Cyborg Gill-Man Creature from the Black Lagoon action figure. 7 points of articulation for this one. I'll check those out after we take another look at the insides of the creature. Now, first let me give you a 360 of the figure. Probably a little lighter than color. Well, probably it is a lot lighter in color than what we see for the shading of The Creature from the Black Lagoon, say from NECA, which is more of a mossy green. This one tends to, it looks more like a lighter green. You know, it's just funny how different companies have different interpretations of what The Creature from the Black Lagoon's actual coloring should be, because again, 1954, this was a black and white film, unless some people actually had color pictures from the set. And then, of course, you got to factor in other things like aging of the photos, et cetera, et cetera. So who really knows what the actual coloring of the creature was? So they all have their different interpretations. That's fine. I just love the fact that we're getting collectibles of the creature from the Black Lagoon. Here, you know, next year, I guess, is going to be the 60th anniversary. So, actually, 60th, 70th. What am I thinking? So, yeah, I'm obviously very impressed with what I see so far. This one is a spendy figure, okay, which is why I put it on my list. My kids wanted to chip in on it. That's great. So, like, it's a $125 figure, and just by the feel of it, it feels pretty light. It's not really solid plastic, more like those empty figures you get, those 12-inch figures at, you know, the Marvel Universe and, you know, DC, they have them, the superheroes. But again, I would imagine a lot of this has to do with licensing for the cost. Obviously, Universal, I think they charge more for the licensing, and obviously the box is really pretty. It doesn't really matter to me because I'm an opener and I don't display boxes. Plus, it looks to be somewhat of an import figure because you do have Japanese writing on it as well. So maybe this one was an import as well, and that explains the cost. But right here, as we're looking at it, this is the inside of the creature's face, the skull, the jagged teeth, which are really cool, the eyes. Now, when you put on the face, I love that feature. You know, how often, this may be the first creature figure where we can actually remove the face and the chest and the arm to see what it actually looks like. And that goes on and off pretty easily. Okay, I'll put it on again on the side just to show you how nicely that fits there. Now, here is a look at the insides. You got the lungs. It looks like he munched on a fish earlier. You know, the creature wreaked some havoc on humans, but he didn't eat any humans in the movie, okay? So you have the intestines, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, that's a pretty good look. Now, is that the pancreas? I'm not sure what what that one is. Then, of course, you get some of the collarbone in here as well as some muscle action right here. So next I'm going to put the chest on. Okay, there he goes. Snaps in really well. Alrighty, it doesn't seem to... Maybe it's supposed to snap in a little tighter there. Or they're allowing some room for when you want to pop it off. And then next up we have the fossilized hand here. The representation, essentially. Obviously, this hand was disembodied, and it was a skeleton only when we saw it in the creature from the Black Lagoon. So we have this hand here that we can paste on right here. Not paste. It should fit on there easier, but it's not. And apparently there is a trick to doing this that I am not getting. There we go. Got it on there. Doesn't quite fit as snug as the face mask. But again, this is boasting 7 points of articulation. You got the head, you got the arms. Go up and give you the classic creature pose here. There we go. And let's bring this back here and fix this camera situation here. And then the legs move here. And then you got the feet here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of articulation. Now I know they call them pop bottles, the larger figures that you'll see at Target of the different superheroes or whatever. And that's kind of the feeling here. It's not solid all the way through, which I was sort of hoping for, but Again, I don't think this is obviously, especially given the amount of money you would pay for it, it's not sort of a figure you'd play with anyway. It's more of the novelty of having the option of removing its chest plate and its arm, forearm there, and its face there. So yeah, so there it is. You know, I do give it to Super7 for trying something different. I mean, we have a lot of different 3 3/4 inch figures that somewhat replicate the Remco figures, and they got nice card art, and those generally run about 20 bucks, you know, so this one's a lot more expensive, but it's a lot bigger figure. And again, I love the packaging, and I don't know if I'm going to actually put it back in the packaging to display it. But, you know, again, overall impressed with the product. I think they're probably overshooting the runway with the amount of money they're charging, though. But they know people like me are going to want it, so they are going to sell it to people like me and people like you who love the creature from the Black Lagoon. My name is Tim Lammers, and I review cool movie toys. And please like this video. Please share this video. Please ring the bell for notifications when I do a new review. As you can tell, I review a lot of Universal Monsters product here. I love it. It's my favorite genre, apart from stop motion animation. So, you know, it's just such warm memories from when I was a kid, and I know that's why it's big today, because people, you know, grew up with that same sort of nostalgia. And as you can tell in the background here, I have a lot of different Universal Monsters things. It's actually a Department 56 deal, if I can bring this one in closer, which I don't think I've shown off before. But yeah, that's quite a cool display piece that I have as well. So thanks for watching this video, and I will be reviewing more cool movie toys very soon. Happy toy hunting, everybody.